So, the best thing I can do right now is resign.
I'll miss you if you go.
Well, I'll miss you too. I'm not resigning.
What changed your mind?
What you did.
I'm so glad I did.
Yeah, me too.
Swelling seems to be going down.
I told you that on the phone. You didn't need to come over.
How'd you get on with Reuben yesterday?
Oh, he was great. Very helpful. It's more than I expected.
And Dan? Any word?
Yep. He came over, had a go at me, called me a hypocrite.
Why?
For taking a swing at that burglar. After all the times I'd gone on about how violence was never the answer. He has a point, I suppose.
That was it? No flowers, no sympathy? Well, I showed up. I guess that counts for something.
You wouldn't say that if you saw how he looked at me. He didn't care that I could have been killed. The fact is that he doesn't care at all.
Well, you know that's not true. You've been through this kind of stuff
We've been
before.
through this before and nothing changes. He takes every opportunity he can to lash out at me.
He's young, he's self-centered, but he's still your son. You can't give up on him.
No, I never will, but I think I have to accept the fact that he's given up on me.
Can't help thinking of Ben Goodall.
Oh, I know. Makes you give just that little bit more, doesn't it?
Coffee?
No, thank you. I'm heading off. I just wanted to tell you I've changed my mind.
About resigning?
I burned the email.
Well, that's excellent news. I'm glad you finally saw sense.
It was Callum's doing. He pointed out that the best way to fight the system is to attack from within.
So speaks a wise man.
Sometimes, yeah, he is. It was just the advice I needed to hear.
Chris, has she told you?
She has. You talked her around and she's staying. Well done, you.
Now we can start work as a team. Our mission to show the DHB that we are unique and necessary.
Yeah, just not through high-profile surgery. My name is still mud out there.
Well, not for long. Not a surgeon of your caliber.
No, Chris is right. We need to think outside the surgical team this time.
Well, I'm open to all suggestions. I thought we might brainstorm a few ideas over dinner, if that's not asking too much.
No, of course not. We do business and pleasure better than anyone.
Right. Just been to see Sarah. She was pretty hurt. You were so angry with her.
She deserved it.
She could have been killed yesterday. The guy had a knife. Doesn't that register with you at all?
Now you want to lecture me on the sanctity of life. Anyway, she only sprained her wrist. Big deal.
Ah, I know you're not that callous.
I lost my kid and my girlfriend, and it was all because of her.
Sarah didn't make Lauren have a termination. All she did was face up to what you didn't want to know.
Yeah, and what's that?
Lauren didn't want to have a baby, yours or anyone else's.
She would have. All she needed was support and encouragement. But oh no, Sarah couldn't bundle her into the car quick enough.
And if you talk to her, you'd find out how wrong you are.
Look, there's nothing I want to hear from her.
She loves you, Dan. Despite your big mouth, you love her too. Oh, man, you two are so alike. It does my head in. What she did yesterday fighting back, you would have done exactly the same.
What do you want me to do? Go around and bond over the fact that we're both hotheads?
Why not? No one else will understand you as well as you do each other. That's a hell of a thing. You've got the way in. You just need to be strong enough to take it.
Hiya, buddy. What are you still doing up?
I was waiting for you.
He was very persuasive.
Well, it's bedtime now. So, get your stuff together and I'll walk you upstairs.
And then will you give me my presents, please?
If you brush your teeth and you're super fast, I might see if there's something left at the bottom of my suitcase. Oh, speaking of presents, one for myself. I came across it just before I went away.
It's beautiful. I'm not surprised you decided to treat yourself.
Yeah. Come on, Eric. Chop, chop.
It's a game, isn't it?
Maybe.
Did you see the way
He looked at it, so what?
He knows something's up.
No, he doesn't. It's identical. What could he have seen?
I don't know. I'm not the expert, but he is.
There's not much you can do to win hearts and minds that doesn't cost money.
A hugging booth at reception.
Gerald would pass out in a germ coma.
But in theory, if we get a big response from the hospital community, then the DHB has to pay attention, right?
There's nothing wrong with the theory. It's how we put it into practice that's escaping us.
Fish of the day. 1 chicken risotto.
Thank you.
He's dodgier than a $3 coin, and he broke my daughter's heart. Why do we still come here?
It's close and the food's good.
Yeah, I'll give him that, I suppose.
Of course, the one thing that would make people really love Shortland Street is if we could cut waiting lists, but unless you have some power with the Ministry of Health.
Damn him, that is good.
Back to topic.
No. This is the topic. What is the one thing that everyone wants in hospital?
To get out as quickly as possible.
I think I might be onto something here.
Tanya?
Yeah.
What are you doing? For goodness sake, Chris doesn't suspect a thing.
Shh. Keep your voice down.
You can't go on like this, worrying all the time.
That's why I'm going to tell him. Tomorrow.
What good will that do? You'll still feel awkward and guilty, and you'll make Chris feel awkward and embarrassed.
I can't keep lying to him.
Look, I know you feel bad about it, but I think the main reason you're freaking out is because of the money.
No, I think it's because I am being dishonest.
Okay, think about this. If you borrowed one of Chris's CDs and you scratched it, you'd replace it straight away, right?
Of course.
And the next time you came over and Chris was bopping away to the Verlaines, you wouldn't tell him about the original, would you?
A CD is a CD. This is a hugely expensive vase.
The principle is the same. Now, if you own up to Chris, tell him you forked out for a replacement vase, he'll want to know the whole story.
Which is what I should have told him the minute he walked in the door.
Then we'll have to tell him how we got the new vase and what we paid for it. Trust me, it is a can of worms you don't want to open. Now get over yourself and get back in my bed. It's cold up there.
Hey, TK's not here.
It's not him I'm come to see, it's you.
Well, I'm just heading out. New job, it's my first day.
This won't take a minute. You know, I'm covering for Sarah. I was trying to access some patient notes, but I don't know her computer password.
Why, have you tried asking her?
Well, I rang, but no answer. I thought she might be getting some sleep.
Right. Well, come on. I don't know her password, but I set up the network, so I have administrator access. I can just log you on from here.
Thanks. I suppose you've heard from Lauren.
Never expected to. You?
Silence remains unbroken.
But you're her father, so in the end you'll kiss and make up, because that's what families do, right?
Lauren knew that Jewel and I would do anything to help her. We even offered to raise the child ourselves. But she took the selfish way out and took a life in the process. That doesn't say family to me. Tough love isn't easy. But Lauren needs to acknowledge what she's done, the people she's hurt. When she does, I'll welcome her back with open arms.
Well, Sarah doesn't think they did anything wrong, her or Lauren, and TK thinks because she's my mother, I need to understand her point of view.
And what do you feel?
Well, same as you. I hate what they did.
Because it's wrong and hurtful and too big to sweep under the carpet. Sarah needs to say sorry. Say it and really mean it.
And what if she doesn't?
What choice do you have? What choice do either of us have, except to move on?